Good day, everyone. Welcome to Studio77. My name is TKD, and today I bring to you cultures and traditions around us. As a Nigerian, where we have diverse cultural aspects, I would have loved to speak more, but today I went to the top to bring you something very interesting that I found intriguing, educating, and knowledgeable. And I'm talking about the Chinese culture. While growing up, we all watch Jackie Chan. This man that used to do Jackie Chan. We have watched their culture and we're like, who is people they can fight, they can do this, they always have the one that is fascinating is that they are able to stay underwater. I'm like, it's film trick that they are not lying. So today I'm bringing for you guys the Chinese culture in 8 subtopics. I know, relax. This is not a class. I'm just trying to explain it to you in a simple term. So we talk from the top and I will tell you. So the first one, I will talk about their historical roots. So that shows that Chinese started from the Yellow River, which is close to the Indian. They have dynasties such as, I'm very sorry, pardon my Chinese. I'm not being normal Yoruba name, so I'm not able to pronounce it very well. But they have dynasties like they have Shang, they have Zhou, they have Qing, they have Han, they have Tang, they have Song, they have Yuan, they have Ming, and they have Qing. That's a lot compared to us in Nigeria that we have so the same way looking alike. All of us is Bedabe and Adeleke or Eluyeni or something. And then Misha, but they have different dynasty, and they use this dynasty to just identify themselves by their year, Zhuanshan, Jack and Jan. I don't know whether that word is right, but that way. So they are very vast in governance, in art. They have invented paper, gunpowder, printing, compass, and so many things. These people, they are so creative. They do so many things. So that is their history. So I want to go to their language. Chinese speak more than many languages, but they have a common one. The same way we have Yoruba, we have the general Yoruba, then we have the Yoruba of dialect, we have Yoruba Ife. This one they have a general one. That is the one called Mandarin Chinese, and that's like the official language for China at large. So they use Chinese character like Anzin. They use a logographic system with thousands of unique symbols. Have you guys written a Chinese figure before? I have friends that can speak Korean, but I've not seen Chinese people that can speak like my friend that can speak Chinese. But the issue is that it's not like our own 1, 2, 3, progressive. We have adapted the American system. ABC. This way they have each word has its own signs and symbols. Meaning that I want to write Olamide, that's my name, and I write like 55 words for it. I'm just saying. Like they have many signs and symbols for it. And their writing system has influenced the East Asian languages, that means such as Japanese and Korean, meaning that in such a way that their system was so adapt, it was so full that even it has influenced other peoples like Koreans, like Japanese. You will see part of Chinese symbols in their language. Okay, guys, so we were talking about their philosophy and religion. Look at Nigeria for example. We have the Christian, we have the Muslim, then we have the traditional. It's just 3 religions around us. But the Chinese are so deep in cultures. They are diverse. We have, for example, the Confucians that emphasize morality, filial piety, social harmony, and respect for hierarchy. Meaning that in that place, you don't disobey their elders. There's hierarchy. The same way you cannot talk to a monk anyhow, the same way you cannot talk to an elderly person in the house anyhow. Their Confucian says a lot about who they are, their morality, who they follow, what they do. They just don't do anyhow. Then we have the Taoism. Taoism is the one we see most in movie. We hear to Cha. You know kind of thing like say this one is for Buddha, it's for Kiniko, don't do this. That's what I think they portray more in their movie. But Confucian is like needed. It's like our value system. It's like who we are. For example, as a Yoruba girl, you can't see the Oni of Ife and greet him with a handshake. It's an insult. That's our own moral. That is their own Confucian. Meaning that is what they believe. They say, okay, when you see this person, you do this that they used to do, they do like this, you bend down for the person. You know the way we will sit that not like this. The way we sit down on chair, they used to sit down on foam and they will cross their leg in front of elders. When the elders are speaking, they look down. Do you know those story of you don't take drink in front of an elder, you have to look sideways? Those are their own Confucians, which are our own morals. Do you understand? Then there are thousand. It just depend on their it just their nature that's because concept of their we. The we is called the non-action, meaning that their thousand talks about the fact that they must be in harmony with the nature, the tree, the leaves. You know that even in I'm sorry, I'm not being too Chinese, but what a movie I've watched, they can even relate with their tree, they communicate with it, give it some reference. You get so there are thousand talks about their morality, like their harmony with the nature, with the simplicity, with the concept of non-action, things that does not live, that they are not living, that they relate with them, they talk with them. Then we have the Buddhism. The Buddhism is all these Amitabha. I'm not sure I'm right, but you know that they used to do that movie now. This I you guys watch Argentina, so you know what I'm talking about. So, but this Buddhism was introduced from India. It was not their original culture, meaning that they got it from India and then they adapted to it and they blend it with their own native beliefs. Meaning that maybe they saw something in that Buddhism that they feel like it is closer to their own belief system. They believe in God, they believe in the god of the air, the water, the moon, and so they not incorporate it into their own belief system. And they are blended with it that you might not even know that it's from India, that is not the original culture. So India, they worship their ancestors, they talk about their folk religions, they don't joke. If you enter a Chinese home, a proper Chinese home, you will see a place made for their altar. And you can even see that too also in India because they used to make a place for their altar, for their incense and everything inside their house. So that even proves that they just adopted this belief from India. When you enter a Chinese home, you will see a part of the house where they will put one of their gods there. Will be they'll be doing all this turari and the likes for it and the likes. So now we're going to their festivals and traditions. You know, in my own country, Nigeria, I think the way to celebrate is maybe Hawe, the fasting period for Muslim, then the Easter, then the Christmas, and that's all. But Chinese are deeply rooted in their festivals. They love it so much. They have so many festivals, they have so many cultures. They don't even joke with. The first one is that they do okay. Okay, before I go forward, I'll tell you that these their festivals are based on their calendar, meaning that they just don't do any festival anytime that they wish. For example, in Yoruba culture, there's something called Odun Issue that they used to do. That Odun Issue used to occur at the early age of when issue will start coming out. Issue means young. Like they do it at that time, meaning that they can't go and do jam festival maybe in January that jam is not outside. I'm not sure that's the time. I'm just saying that Chinese festivals they stick to with their calendar. They have the lunar calendar, they have the agricultural calendar, and they have their historical roots. Yeah, they follow this calendar to do what they want to do. So the first one is that Chinese New Year festival. That is the Spring Festival. So this one is the most important holiday, and they celebrate it with fireworks, family gatherings, and red decoration for luck. In Chinese, color red is for luck, but in Nigeria, color red is for danger. Can you see the difference? Meaning that cultures can even influence so many things. So their own red color. You can't see a Chinese bride without this red color in front of our head, and you can even say that they love color so much that they use it in their makeup. If you watch olden days, I'm not talking about this modernized Chinese movies. Olden days Chinese movies, you'll be seeing their makeup artists using red. You'll be like, is this one a ghost? Yeah, they love red so much. So in the Chinese New Year's festival, that is the Spring Festival, red represent good luck for them. They talk about their family, their origin. It talks about exactly who they are. And most of Chinese god who's always have this red color around them. Just go and check. Watch movie, which you will see them. Then from there we have the Mid Autumn Festival. Look at I said that the first festival is at the beginning of that is the New Year. That is the Spring Festival. The next one is the Mid Autumn Festival. That one is marked by moon cakes, moon gazing, celebrating family unity. So the Mid Autumn Festival is to talk about the unity in the family. They look at the moon. Maybe they worship the god of the moon. You get everything I'm saying. You know now, might be right and might not be right. So confirm, I'm not sure. And you can even give me feedback on what you think is right or your own opinion about them, that you know about them. Then we have the Dragon Boat Festival. Oh, you said that Dragon Boat Festival. Oh my god. I remember one Takita movie like that. And they used to do this dragon, they fly people inside. So that would be movie. You guys used to see it in movies now. So this Dragon Boat Festival, it features boat races that they used to do on water. They'll be running and they will be eating of Songzi, which is the rice dumplings. See this rice dumpling is so famous that you see it that they will use rice and make one, the one that we have dinner, that was rice dumplings. So in the Dragon Boat Festival, they celebrate their dragons and help them according to their own culture. Then we have the eat rice dumplings and so like. So I'll be talking about the Queen Ming Festival. For this Queen Bee Festival, it is aimed at honoring their ancestors. They want to, they will clean the graves of their ancestors, they will offer them food. And you can even see that even in I'm not sure, but in Korean movies, you watch Korean movies, anytime it's death anniversary of there are people that somebody died, they will cook food, put some picture, they will put some, they put some trays, some clock and so many things. Even me, I'm thinking that saying that dead person go come eat food in my life, but that's just their own way. So their Penguin Festival it is aimed to celebrate their ancestors, to appreciate them, they will clean their grave, they will give them food, they pour them parkours and so many things. So from there we go to their social structure and their family. Meaning that, I told you that Chinese is deeply rooted in culture, meaning that they have filial piety. That means they respect their elders, they don't do things anyhow the way we do them. Okay, maybe not all, they don't do things anyhow too. But they have filial piety, the way they do their stuff. So they say that the family is like their fundamental unit and they are loyal to their family's credence. So that means the other brother one is older than the older one. Even when watch movies, you see that even in movies, when they want to distribute inheritance, they use hierarchy. And we use that in Nigeria as a whole. Or let me say in Yoruba culture precisely. We use hierarchy. You can't collect the same thing as your elder brother in the house. You call them by like it's seen like, oh brother, can you call you get so Chinese is more they see the importance of family as a fundamental unit. They do not joke with that. So there's hierarchy, there's respect, and there's so many on. And you can see that, and you can even see the effect of this in their society. Because the family is the basic unit of everything. And the moment you're able to accept the family, it's been influence society as a large. Ọmọ tó bá kọ́ nílé, má dé ta ó máa kọ́ rẹ̀. Meaning that if I am trained to respect elders inside my house, when I go outside, I will do better. Yeah, I will respect elders because it's already part of me from my family. So let's talk about their food. So they can't do. You see Chinese food. Yeah, I cannot lie. Their food is always somehow because they have so many things that they can eat. People can eat frog. How? How are you guys doing it? So in their food, their food is they have different sections of their food. You have the northern cuisine, you have the southern cuisine, you have the eastern and coastal region. Meaning that each place have their own food. For example, using Nigeria as a country, the food that the Yoruba eat, the Hausa might not eat it. The food that the Hausa eat, the Igbo might not eat it because it's not their food. The same way Yorubas are known for their pepper, the Igbos are known for no peppers at all. That's the way it is with them. They have their northern cuisine, they have their they have their Sichuan cuisine, they have their eastern and coastal region cuisine. So the northern cuisine is wheat-based food like noodles, dumplings, and steamed buns. That white one I used to see inside movie. It's about their noodles. That as their noodles is raining, the dumplings and the steamed buns. Then we have that rice. Then the southern China, they use their rice-based dishes like with Cantonese cuisine known for dim sum. All the people that they use their rice, they eat more of rice. From their noodles, you see rice. Everything is more about rice. So this Sichuan cuisine, they focus it on the bold, spicy flavors, and they use peppercorns. Those are people that you see larger peppercorns inside it. Those are part of it. Then we have the eastern and coastal regions. Those ones they focus on seafood, sweetness, and refined flavors. So food is like central in Chinese, and it's there to symbolize their social life. Their food tells you more about who the region is and so many things. Their food is so many things about them. Then we are going to their arts and literature. One of those things that I really, really enjoy about the Chinese is their calligraphy. They are very, very good with it. They can write with the tiniest pen, and they know how to place what like they know how to place their focus on the tip of the pen. You know that in the ancient China, they don't use pen like we do. They use all this stick with red paper. I'm always wondering that how were they able to write with that kind of pen? Well, you see that even that one is a skill which they learn with everybody. You have to know how to brush your stroke, able to use the tip of your pen and so many things. So their art is so deep, and that's when, so they say that calligraphy and painting are traditional. They have visual arts and they practice together, and they have, then we have so many classical literatures that we have from there that we can read. We have the dream of the red chamber, we have the art of war, we have the journey to the west. All this art of war deceived the Chinese history from the conception. So let me say it again. We have Journey to the West. You can read that up. We have Dream of the Red Chamber. Then we have the Art of War. So there are many famous classical literatures from the Chinese. The first one is the Art of War by Sun Tzu. Then we have Journey to the West by Wu Cheng En. And we have Dream of the Red Chamber by Cao Zhuquin. You can read this thing up and go for them. They are really, really in-depth. And that Art of War is done by a military man, that is Sun Tzu, and talk about the war and so many things. So you might want to read it up. So we go to their traditional clothing. What do they do? I know that you guys are kind of, because currently they have improved, they are modernized. But before, this is their hanbok that they used to wear now. So they wear something called hanfu, which is the traditional dress of Han Chinese, and they have flowing robes. From here for the females, even the men has a very free clothes, but they have so many layers that me I look like it's too much. So, and they have Cheongzong, which is the kupao. This one is a tight fitting dress for their women that became popular in the 20th century, meaning that they don't wear this on a normal day. But this Cheongsang became popular in the 20th century, and it's a tight fitted dress for their female. So the clothing also depicts their like their hierarchy. Meaning the clothes that a maid will wear is not something that the chief will wear. So you can see, you will see the impact in the clothes having flowery pattern, them having a covering for their ladies. The men of noble men has this part that has beads, part of it. They don't wear, like their clothes talks about their social status, their hierarchy, and what they do. So we have the Anfu, we have the Cheongsong that became popular in the 20th century, and that one is for women only. Do you understand? So we go to their medicine and martial arts. You see these martial arts, you guys just leave it for them. From what Jack has showed us in our life, that's enough. But that they are all. But they have traditional Chinese medicine that is called TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. They use herbal medicine, they use acupuncture. I even believe that acupuncture originated from China because they can use it to cure so many diseases. And they have the Kui, the life energy theory. Okay, you see that Kui in term. The day I watch a movie and they say that you can give somebody your Kui or something, that one is fiction. Oh. I believe that they have this. They are into the supernatural, okay, but not the god type. They are into the god of the air, the moon. They worship the god of the sea and so many things. And they even adopt this in their medicines and so many things. Then we have the martial arts like Tai Chi, we have the Kung Fu inside, the movies now. We have the Wushu that blend physical disciplines with philosophical teachings. See that Kung Fu training is always so hard. Even in movies, you can see how hard it is. For that, you have to learn to be patient, to persevere, learn discipline, you learn how to meditate, how to shut out the noise. That one is the hardest thing to do. You must learn not to be like harsh in your judgments. You must learn to be cool-headed. I think that even in movies when there's trouble, the monk always wants to go and do this meditation for before you do anything. Meaning that they believe on the fact that you must be able to be calm. Don't let issues around you get to you easily. And told you that even when they once told me that in there you have to learn to be calm, you have to learn to reason. That they might even send you to underwater to go and stay calm. You must know how to hold your. There's so many things. Their training is always very rigorous and very deep. Then, so in conclusion, I'll talk about their contemporary culture, meaning that modern Chinese culture blends tradition with rapid modernization. That means that they are not left behind; they are evolving. Even though they are evolving, they make sure that they are not forgetting their core values, their culture, their hierarchy, their status, what really makes them who they are. For example, you can't call a Yoruba person and take away the culture of a realm. You can't take away the fact that they have to pay their elders. An Igbo man, you can't take away the fact that they have to do this culture, they are known to be rich, the way they dress. Even though Chinese is trying to meet up its internationalization, they are trying to evolve, but they make sure that they are able to keep their core values. And that brings me to the point that as human, we are not meant to be stagnant. But I hope that in everything you are doing, you are not forgetting exactly who you are, the values that made you who you are, the core values that really, really says what you are, the values that you stand by. Even though you are trying to follow the trend, be evolved, do so many things. Like the Chinese, even though they are trying to evolve, they make sure not to forget their core values, where exactly they are called to be, what makes them who they are, what makes them Chinese, their art, their calligraphies, their medicines, their discipline, their music styles, their food, the things that make them who they are, their respect for hierarchies, the filial piety, and so many things, to mention all. So this is me bringing to you that even though the world is evolving and so many things is occurring around us, do not forget the core values that make you who you are. Until the next time I will see you on Cultures and Traditions, Studio 77. I remain your humble host, TKD, and I hope I will see you another time. Thank you.